Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Motherwood here. Slime blocks and slime balls. We all need them and want them. And now with 1.8 here, we want them a lot more. So today I'm going to try my best to pass on as much information as I know about building slime farms that I've built up along the way. But before we get started, there's a few key points that we should remember, and I may not keep coming back to, but so yeah, here we go. The slimes will only spawn below level 40, so 39 to bedrock. So bedrock usually goes from 0 to 5, so you've got between 5 and 39 to build your farm. You'll need to make each chamber or each layer of the farm 3 blocks high, and that will allow the big slimes to spawn. Slimes will only spawn in slime chunks, or if you can find a swamp. I haven't found a swamp yet. They spawn in swamps, so you'll have to find a slime chunk or a swamp to be successful in getting slimes. And once you build your slime farm, you'll need to be at least 24 blocks away. I recommend 26, and that's spherically of the player, so that the spawns will slime. If you are out of, they'll start to despawn if you are 32 blocks away, and of course if you are more than 128 blocks away from the farm, they'll despawn instantly. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on. As I see it, there's 3 ways of finding slimes in Minecraft. The first way is web-based tools, which are very helpful and I've used most of the time. You can, second way is to actually find a swamp where they spawn naturally and build a structure there to capture them. And the third way is to find a place and dig quite a large vertical, almost strip mining, so you can pinpoint where they are spawning by yourself and then build your farm off that. So what I'll do now is quickly run you through them so you can choose the way you would like to find and start building your slime farm. So the web-based tool that I use is from Chunkbase, but to get to it you just search for slime chunk finder. You can see there, type that in, should be your first link at the top. Click on that guy and you should have access to this panel here. What you want to do is find your seed and plonk that in there. I'll just, for the sake of showing you guys, press random, find slimes. Now you want to, after that, plug in your coordinates. Let's say we're at 500, 1000. Click go. So the red dot is you and the green blocks are slime chunks, and that is where you'll be able to build slimes, your slime farm. So sometimes they're grouped in 2, I think 3s, but as is a good one you can get. So have a look around and you might be able to build quite a large slime farm. So once you're in there and you've found the slime farm you want, if you just hover over it, you'll get coordinates of your cursor where the block starts, where the chunk starts, and so you just want to write those down and go into Minecraft and find it there. You'll also see on the left hand side here the actual chunk it is in. So at the moment we're in chunk 30 and it runs from 480, 976 to 495 to 991. So they're the numbers you want. Write those down and you'll be on your way. So if you manage to find yourself a swamp, you're very lucky. I got this one from a seed I found online. So yeah, so if you found a swamp, you can build a farm in these and get spawns that spawn naturally. So once you find it, you want to make a contraption that looks kind of like this. In a swamp, slimes will spawn naturally between the layers 51 and 69, so that's what you can see here. So as you can see, you don't get many spawn pads, and they only spawn at night, and their spawn rates will be affected by the phase of the moon. So this is full moon now, so you're going to get a lot more slime spawning. But I've been standing here a while and haven't actually found too many. I've had one spawn in maybe half an hour, so not quite sure if I'm doing anything wrong, but as far as I can tell, and they spawn in the dark, so you don't light up any caves or anything around, so you are going to be fighting with the amount of mobs that are spawning around this area. So as you can see, there's a creeper and a skeleton down there, and I'm sure there's many more entities around here which are affecting the spawn rates of the slimes, which are off the top of my head are like 1/10 something like that, the probability of an actual mob spawning. So they are a bit of a rare spawn, so you do have to do a lot of lighting up. So I would say I wouldn't go to the effort of building this kind of thing, because you're going to deal with a lot of mobs other than slimes. I'd just run around and try and find them and kill them if you're seeing fit. Now the final way that I can think of for finding slimes is another kind of pretty basic one. I've come down here to level 39. You might want to go a bit lower, maybe down to bedrock, but yeah, try and find a level that's kind of safe from lava. But yeah, so I'll just bring up F3, not that you'll be able to see it at the res that I record, but what I've done here is cut a line, say, you know, it could be at least maybe a 3 by 3 hole. 4 by 3 is probably better. 4 wide, 3 high. The aim is to have a space for big slimes to spawn. So I've just made a big line across the chunks, and once I've done that, I went back and found the edge of the chunks. So you can see there I'm going between chunk minus 233 and 232. So there's a fence on each one of those. So once you've dug across a few chunks, you know, try and make it a few because you want your odds to be a bit better. What you want to do then is either stand at one end of it if you've mined enough out, stand at either end, or move at least 26 blocks away. Then if you wait, hopefully your chances are that in one of these fenced off areas there will be a slime that spawned, and it won't escape from that area, so you'll know which chunk it's in, and you can then build your slime farm from there. Now this may be a slow way to do it. I'm sure it would be, because once again you are fighting with the amount of other mobs that are spawning around. So yeah, the odds of a slime chunk are 1 in 1 in 10 chunks. So maybe it's just worth putting in the effort and lighting up, finding a good set of 10 chunks and lighting them up. That's in the overworld and as much of the cave areas as you can, because then that'll increase your rates from your slime farm once you eventually find it, if you use this method. So you've found your slime chunk and you're ready to rock and roll. It just pays to mark it out on the corners. There's another corner behind there, obviously. So this is my chunk, and now it's all a matter of cleaning it out. So I might just use the fill command for that. There we go. Now I've cleaned out a 3 by 16 chunk, and this is where slimes will spawn. After that, so this is level 39, what I'm standing on. After that, you want to clear out another 3 blocks. All the way around, so this is where the slimes will jump off. So I'll do that. And that's the area cleaned out. So now from here it's just a case of continuing this all the way down to as far as you want to go, and under this leave another 3 blocks, and that will be your next layer. So I'll go ahead and do that and get back to you. Alright, that's I think I got a bit carried away, so it's a bit of a big jump cut here, but really it's pretty simple as doing this. It's just a lot of digging, and whoever you want to dig this out, feel free to do it. So you can see here that the 3 wide gap I've kept going all the way down, and you can see bedrock there. So I've gone all the way down the bedrock on this one, and there is a 3 high gap between each platform. So simple as that, really. So I've gone ahead and cleared out a lot of this just so I can show you guys a bit better, and also lit up a lot of this stuff in MC Edit, and you can see that this is a slime chunk. The only thing spawning in there is slimes. You know, it's well lit up and it's spawning quite a lot. So if you do put in the effort for these things and light up a good 15 chunk radius around it, and that's the caves and overworld, you're gonna get really good results. So this is the basic structure. That's level 39 right there, and it's going down to bedrock. I found, just with your transportation, which I'll show you next, you probably don't want to go all the way down to the bedrock level. If you leave a 3 high gap as well, because as you can see there, the slimes can't jump up that gap, and you are going to actually have to put some water along here, so that gap should be enough. I am a little unsure at the time of filming because slimes can swim now, so I'm not quite sure if our water level does come up a bit higher to keep it continuing along to where we need to go, if they'll be able to jump out of the water back onto the platform. But I'll research that before I show you how to transport your slimes into the killing machine. So there you have it, guys. That's the basic structure. 3 high gap, starting at 39, going down to bedrock. I'll see you in the next bit. So I've been busy making this a contraption. I've got to say the update to the slimes swimming was a bit of a pain. These guys jump around now. Before you could set up something that they just run into quite dumbly and keep dying, but now they jump around and try and swim away from it. So to get to this point here, it's probably, I made sure it was kind of right and good enough, simple enough that it doesn't take enough resources and such things. I spent a good day and a half just tweaking and making it work, and doing a bit of YouTube. And this, of course, the community out there. Anyway, I'll come back to how they die. I'm sure you've seen the transportation before. You would just want to start it at a corner, and just making the water flow in the direction you want. It can be tricky, so in there's like 2 water blocks. I'm sure you've seen placing the water block on top and destroying the one underneath. So, it's just a bit of jiggery pokery to get it to work. So I've got a nice flow happening there that went out in each direction the same length, and then it's just going along a set of stairs at the where the on the last row of water, and behind the stairs some signs, and then you place the water on the stairs and it flows away. When it comes to the corners, you just want to make sure that they don't get stuck in this corner here. So at the moment here, the water just flew off and flew out, and I just did some water block updating here. So I've just gone 1 block in, forced the water out this way, and I've taken out 1 block there to change the direction of the water. And once again, I've gone up a set of stairs with a sign, and here, just because I'm getting close to the top here and I don't want the slimes to jump out, I've left the block out here so they just fall down the stairs, comes along and comes up, and I've put blocks in because I'm low enough. And what I kind of worked backwards. You want your water to run, I always forget, I think it's 8 blocks, and finish here. So I put these 2 water streams in first actually, and work backwards from that, those 2 and the corner one, and filled in between with whatever was kind of nice, and just making the corners work. There's a lot of tutorials about placing water around here, so if I find some, I'll leave some links in the description, but have a good search around. And also you can see here, if I just get out of here, if you are getting a bit high, you can use the pressure plate method as well. Instead of putting the stairs and the signs, you can just put a pressure plate, which makes that block invisible, and place your water block there. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. So that's the water streams. So my end goal was to make all the slimes fall into this fall down 1 block into here and into the killing chamber. I'll just do this from the outside. So once the slimes come down here, and you'll be able to see it's quite easy to build, I'll just pause here and talk about it. The slimes come down. The big slimes will be forced into this lava and be broken down into medium slimes. So I've just made that with signs on 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and then the lava goes in the middle. Under that is a set of signs just stopping the water just to help out with the machine itself. So the slimes get broken down here into medium slimes. Medium slimes go under. Sometimes they jump with the I think it's to do with just the edge of the water hitting that kind of naked exposed edge. So they kind of jump up, which is fine. So sometimes they get killed here and go into the small slimes. This machine isn't lossless. I know I've seen slimes jump, the small slimes jump and then not get any drops, but if you were really eager for those drops, you could set some hoppers up here. I did just want to set this up at bedrock. So this line here is bedrock, and I can't go down anymore. So that was a bit of a limitation, but I'm just trying to get the maximum out of the slime farm. So as many levels as I can. So I've made it this way. I'll continue talking about this and I'll show you the ratio of kind of how many blocks I got. So I come straight from there. So they're the signs here for the lava, and on the next box across I have 2 signs, 1, 2, and that's holding this water in here, and that is the drowning chamber for the medium slimes. Medium slimes will come across here, find their way up into there and die. Split into little slimes, and then those little slimes get conveyed out here. And I've just got this water path in here because 1, it pushes the medium slimes up into the drowning chamber, and 2, it gets any little slimes hopefully out of there before they burn up into your collection zone. Now if you want, this is optional, but if you're building something like this, it's good to have the option to have maybe an XP, get a bit of XP from it. You go into the work to dig all this, so you have the options out there. So yeah, I might do a separate video on this because it's a bit of tinkering around to get it to work, and I'm talking long enough about this system as it is. So I'll put a link to that now, and you can have a look at kind of a cleaner version of building this. But yeah, so the big slimes, medium slimes get killed, and they get funneled out into here up the ladder, and you can drop them as I've been doing here, or collect them up there. Now this is the ratio. I let this go for 5 minutes. So I got 2 stacks and 11, and I've just got a set of hoppers over here which are kind of collecting most of them, and I got 11 slimes, which I guess some drowned in here and some of them would have washed in here, but I'm pretty sure I would have lost a few more here. But anyway, 5 minutes, 2 stacks of 64 is not bad, so any losses I would say is okay. So I better show you it working, I guess. I'll put that on normal, and it's night time. I was testing this with the mob cap on. That's what this thing is here, so I will set it to daytime. You can see it's still working well. Alright, here come the victims. So you can see how the slime mechanics now are jumping a lot and swimming against the tide. Here comes the medium slime. I will say this isn't the fastest bit killing. If you do have a good slime farm, it will back up. There's breaking down. So some small slimes there. So you can see the jumping little slimes. And if we go around here, this guy will hopefully drown soon. There we go. He breaks up, and there go the little slimes. They get conveyed out. Little slimes can climb ladders. Up he goes. And you can do what you want with them from there. Continue their movement and funnel them off to wherever you want to. So that, my YouTube friends, brings us to the end of the video. Finally, another long one. Sorry about that. If you're stuck in there, thank you very much. I think I've covered most of it. Finding them, digging in them, digging the right area out, and killing them. If I've missed anything out, please let me know, and I'll slap another video together if I can. And yeah, so check out the tutorial on the building the killing mechanism behind me, because yeah, it was just a bit too fiddly to show in this video, and it's simple enough, and so you can try it out just from pausing the video and having a look at what I've done. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. And yeah, if you look around my channel and you think there's a few other videos that interest you and you want to see a few more if they come out, feel free to subscribe. Alright guys, this has been Muzzlewood, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!